Greetings, Guyanans! Welcome to another episode of What's Trending. We will be highlighting a few hot topics, but before we get into it, could somebody tell me, what is this on this table? I know it's something odd to be debating, but what the mother skunt is this? Bring out the cameras, bring out the mics, we need a press conference. Just kidding, it's Nigel Daramel, tell me for ask. And now, to What's Trending. Teardrop campaign launched. Hold on, mother skunt. Not teardrop, an actual teardrop. The Guyana National Road Safety Council launched its Stop the Tears campaign, aimed at reminding drivers to drive safe as part of Road Safety Week observances. I think this is a great initiative. Over 100 persons lost their lives this year due to road accidents, and seeing that little teardrop would be a reminder to maybe slow down or don't drink and drive. Speaking of driving, Woody Mother Skunt is being shared out here. So Shell has this promotion where you can purchase $12,000 worth of gas and collect a Ferrari mini model car. I'm thinking, maybe, just maybe, if the local government elections people were sharing out toy cars at their polling stations, we would have had a better turnout for local government elections. What y'all think? Anyways, moving on. The president of Guyana has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
And Guyana's president, retired Brigadier David Granger, has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and will begin chemotherapy treatment on Thursday. A senior official of the government confirmed the diagnosis to News Source this evening and explained that the Guyana embassy in Cuba will issue a full statement on the development within the next 24 hours. The president, who traveled to Cuba 2 weeks ago to investigate some health concerns, is expected to remain in Cuba until the completion of his chemotherapy treatment. A timeline for that treatment has not been provided, but it is likely to take a few weeks. President Granger will also have to remain in Cuba until doctors give him the all-clear to travel, according to the government source. The senior government official told News Source that doctors have given the president a good prognosis, and he's expected to make a full recovery once treatment is completed. He is in good spirits, the government official said. The American Cancer Society describes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma as a cancer that starts in the white blood cells called lymphocytes, which are part of the body's immune system. Lymphoma affects the body's lymph system, also known as the lymphatic system. The lymph system is part of the immune system, which helps fight infections and some other diseases. It also helps fluids move through the body. Lymphomas can start anywhere in the body where lymph tissue is found. That's according to the American Cancer Society. The 73-year-old president left Guyana on October 30th for Cuba, days after returning from a health checkup with his doctors in Trinidad and Tobago. His decision to travel to Cuba was under doctor's advice. He had complained to the doctors about losing his appetite and noticing a weight loss. Since being in Cuba, the president was hospitalized and a surgical procedure was conducted on him as part of the probe to determine his diagnosis. The president is in Cuba with his wife, First Lady Sandra Granger, and has reportedly been checking in with his office and senior officials of the government regularly.
I know people are desperate for positive news, but let me just say, this is a cancer that comes in two forms. Studies show Hodgkin's lymphoma to be one of the most treatable cancers, with more than 90% of patients surviving more than 5 years. It's important to note that this is not what the president has. According to a press release from the Guyana embassy in Cuba, the president has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is very bad news. Go and Google this disease for yourself and tell me what you think the president's chances are for surviving this. I wish this was good news, but it's just not. Period. Moving over to Fly Jamaica and their troubles. An 86-year-old woman has died as a direct result of injuries sustained when Fly Jamaica made a crash landing at the Jagan airport. This is really sad news. What is even worse is that all the media reports suggest that no one was seriously injured. No bops. Death toll rose to 1. What a shame. To the family of this woman, I would like to offer you my sincere condolences, and I want to pass on some information to you. In 2011, Caribbean Airlines had a similar accident, and everyone that got injured received a settlement. But there was one woman who refused the settlement and sued them for $2 million US. She won the suit and received $272,000 US. That's about 57 million Guyanese dollars. I'm not saying that you should put a price on poor granny's life, but don't settle. Get a lawyer and fight Scott. This brings us to the end of this episode of What's Trending. Be sure to subscribe and stay up to date with the news that Guyanese mainstream media cannot report due to political ties and sponsorship. You are our sponsors by hitting that subscribe button. Check out my 2 official WhatsApp chats using the link in the description. Modwato, boom!
Hold up.